Hi Detroit, hi DIA. My name is Evelyn Stokes, also known as Chef Evelyn. I'm the chef owner of I Eat Super, where the mission of my business is to teach you the remarkable health benefits of incorporating superfoods into your lifestyle. That's foods that are nutritionally dense and mostly plant-based. I ran my business full-time for 8 years, teaching throughout the city. I was the culinary community chef for Health Alliance Plan. I've taught numerous classes throughout the city, children and adults, really preaching the good news of healthy eating and how attainable healthy ingredients are and how easy and possible it is to make them at home. I've taught cooking classes all over for the state of Michigan, for Health Alliance Plan, major contractors in the automotive industry, just all over, performing speaking engagements to just spread the good news of healthy eating. And so I'm excited to talk to you about this opportunity to speak to the community during Black History Month. There's no greater time to really just get ourselves in a positive state of mind and reiterate the importance of eating healthy and taking charge of your health. And really was or is my inspiration for my business. I just decided about 10 years ago that I wanted to take charge of my health. So I've been running it part-time for the last 2 or 3 years, still teaching cooking classes because that's what I love to do, but keeping up that mission of spreading the good news of healthy eating. So speaking of that, I'm going to prepare a collard wrap with Thai peanut sauce. I have some amazing ingredients like these fresh collards, which I'll show you how to make them into the vegan burrito wrap. And just some pre-cut ingredients and some ingredients I'm going to talk about knife skills because really that's the basis of all good cooking, good knife skills. So I got some carrots, a nice pepper, cucumber, scallions, cilantro, all kinds of good ingredients that are really going to make this wrap delicious and amazing. So let's start with our knife skills. The correct way to hold a knife. This is about an 8-inch chef's knife. You pinch it at the base of the knife and you wrap all your fingers around, and that is the correct way of holding a knife. A lot of times people might do this or they might do that with their finger. No, this is the correct way of holding a knife. And I always teach the claw. The other hand, you have to fold all fingers down so that the knife is rubbing against the back of your fingers and not cutting your fingers off. We don't want that. We want to keep our fingers. So I'm going to start cutting my pepper just by slicing it down the side. And let's give a little adjustment here. There we go. Slicing it down the side. Oh, there we go. Life's not perfect. All right, I sliced it down the side like so. And I'm just going to cut around the seed, if you see that. And cutting out some of the inside flesh. And so I have a nice clean piece of pepper. Voila. All right, and then from here I can do a simple julienne. That means cutting your pepper or your vegetable into matchsticks. So if you really want to be perfect with it, you can take the pepper and kind of cut out the curved portion and slice your julienne like so. Now you notice I'm using my claw with my left hand. My right hand, I'm taking the tip of the knife and I'm slicing down like so. That way you control the knife and you keep it safe and you come up with these beautiful matchsticks. See that? So I'm going to cut a few more. So it's all about prep. You know, good cooking, good food is about the small wares like your knives and your peelers and things like that. And that helps you make the food fun and easy to prepare delicious parts. So now I have a beautiful cucumber here. And I'm just going to slice it. I've cut it in a bit of a diagonal. It just makes things pretty and more appealing. Now these sheets are a bit longer than your typical julienne, which is the matchsticks. Your juliennes are going to be about 2.5 inches or so, but I want to make this a bit long to just put on my sandwich and make it really colorful and beautiful. So I just cut those in strips again. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't take long either. So what do I have ready already? I have my carrots, I have my cucumber, and I have my peppers cut in matchsticks. What else do I have here? Oh, I have a little bit of kimchi. See that? And so I'm ready. Got my cilantro to get this right here. I'm ready for my sandwich. Now this is a beautiful collard. This collard is packed with nutrients. It's packed with all kinds of good stuff. And what I have, you can't see, I have a little stove here and a little bit of water. And you can either do this raw or just wrap it in a burrito after you set it in some hot water. So I have my water hot to the side. And just to make this foldable, I'm gonna cut the back of the stem of it, just to make it a little more pliable. And I take some tongs and I just set them in the hot water just for a minute or so, because that's just going to soften it. And you don't want to leave this in the water for too long because you don't want to cook out all the nutrients, but you do want to make it a bit pliable. And it's okay if it's warm to touch. You can do this ahead of time so that you have cooler but pliable sheets of collard. So I'm going to set that in there, and I'm going to grab my tray lined with a little bit of paper towel. Set this right here. And so again, I don't want this in here for long. I'm going to shake it off, and I'm going to set it and let that dry in the paper towel. Give it a nice little dab. Easy peasy. You just buy this stuff. One of my favorite things to do all summer, all year, is shop at Eastern Market. I love talking to my mother about how Eastern Market was maybe 40 years ago, where they had live chickens and all types of farmer elements that were there. Today it's this beautiful fruit display for us, and I appreciate that too. But it was a bit different back in the day. And a little bit about me: my parents owned a business on the west side of Detroit. It's a flower shop. So one of my favorite memories was going to Eastern Market super early in the morning, like it was early for kids, 6 a.m. And we picked up flowers wholesale from that area. That was years ago. I love it. Born and raised in the city of Detroit. So there are a lot of great memories of this city and Eastern Market and just shopping locally. So now I'm going to, since I have all my ingredients together, I'm going to prepare a delicious peanut sauce. Asian sauces, peanut sauces in particular, are extremely flavorful, delicious, and my favorite sauce. And when you think about preparing a vegan dish or vegan food, you have to take huge advantage of the flavors that are available to you. You got to power pack it with flavor. So I have some organic peanut butter, and then I have some honey, some soy sauce, and some sesame oil, and I will share this recipe with you. I'm just going to put it in here. Sometimes I'll use a blender, sometimes I won't, but I'm just going to have to kind of aggressively stir this up, because sometimes it's a little difficult to intermix, if you noticed that. So one of my pro tips with peanut sauces is you want to make it what they call a homogeneous mixture. So one color, one mixture, one texture. And if it doesn't mix exactly the way you want, taking my bendable spatula and I'm really pressing it through to make sure it mixes. Now this is a little bit thicker than I prefer. You might say, oh, I'll add more soy sauce, or I'll add something else. But with a lot of Asian cooking, you want to strike a perfect balance of salty and sweet and bitters. That's what makes the food taste so good. So to maintain that flavor balance, but get the texture that I desire, I'm going to continue stirring. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. And that water just allows you to thin it out a bit as I continue to press it through. Just a little bit of water at a time, until I get the texture of the sauce that I prefer. Okay, almost there. Just a little bit of water. So that's my pro tip about peanut sauce. Make all the peanut sauce you want, but if the actual recipe doesn't give you the texture that you prefer, just add a little bit of water to thin it out. All right, that's all. Ooh, I love it. It's really good. I like the texture that I got there. Let me show you. So I'm just continuing to mix that, and so that gives a nice, creamy, delicious peanut sauce, a perfect dipping sauce for our vegan collard burrito. That's really what we have here. It's Thai, it's vegan, it's everything. So let me just finish mixing this up. Okay. All right, so I have my dipping sauce, and like I said, I'm gonna power pack this with flavor. So not only do I have my Thai Asian dipping sauce, but I also have some hummus, all right? So I'm going all over the world because I want this to be delicious and I want to enjoy it. All right, so let's make up our sandwich now. So I can start lining this with some hummus. I made this and I can provide the recipe. Just gonna line it with a little bit of hummus. I'm going all in. If it's gonna be vegan, it's gonna be delicious. All right, so just lay everything out perpendicular to the collard. So if the collard is going one way, you go left to right with the vegetables. So I'll lay out my pepper. And you want a nice size, so don't be shy. And here's my cucumber. You can add some fried tofu to this. One little snack that I discovered teaching some more of my Asian themed classes was take some tofu, a little bit of soy sauce, and fry it up. It is so good. It's a delicious little snack. And then I have some carrots here. I'm gonna add a little more cucumber. And then what I did was I took some kimchi I left over from a bowl, a vegan bowl that I was making a couple weeks ago, and I just tore it into strips, just so it again allows an even distribution of the flavor of this kimchi in my sandwich or my wrap here. So I'm just gonna lay the strips out. All right, and then I add my cilantro because everything is better with cilantro. I love cilantro. And then from the bottom, I just roll it up like so. You roll it up, and then you fold in the sides. So roll at the bottom, fold in the sides, and then continue to roll the wrap all the way up. And it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to stay together and taste delicious. And now I can set it face down. And really, you can prepare these ahead or you can just eat them as is. So I have my dipping sauce and cut it in a diagonal because it's more fun that way. And there you go. We have a delicious, amazing vegan wrap with a Thai peanut sauce. So, I'm Chef Evelyn. I hope to speak to you more about this wonderful opportunity to speak to the city and spread the good news of healthy eating and vegan and vegetarian cuisine. I also do culinary, international cuisine, and I love the category of unexpected ingredients. And that's what the vegan world is filled with, unexpected ingredients. Anything from nut cheeses, made with nutritional yeast and all types of making nacho cheese and cheddar cheese and goat cheese and one of my favorites, sour cream, to just anything that's going to be power packed with flavor and nutrients and healthy ingredients. Thank you for watching. I'm Chef Evelyn, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye-bye.